appear. The hour I first believed, when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've known less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amen. I'm thankful for God's amazing grace. You know, as I thought about what I wanted to share today, I want to read a passage of scripture from Mark chapter 4, verse 35 through 41. It says, "In the same day when the even was come, he said unto them, Let us pass over to the other side. When they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? No, the Sea of Galilee is a sparkling jewel in the northern part of Israel. It's not very big, it's not large, it's more like what we would call a lake than a sea. It's only 13 miles in length. It's 7.5 miles at its widest point. It's surrounded by hills, and it was the chief revenue for fishermen of that day. Seeking a break from the crowd, Jesus took the boat with his disciples, but suddenly they found themselves in the midst of the storm. And I believe this morning, through this passage of Scripture, we can find some things that will help us today. You know, today I wish I had all the answers to all the tough questions of life, but I don't. But I do know that there is no guarantee against the sudden. There's no guarantee against the storms. We are reminded through this passage of Scripture that even though Jesus was in the boat with the disciples, it didn't guarantee that there would be no sudden. A lot of times, many times, we think that if we serve the Lord and we do what's right, then the sudden or the storms will never come. We'll never have any trouble. There'll never be any sickness. There'll never be any disappointment. And disappointment will never knock on our door. Can I tell you something this morning? There are good people that have served God and had to walk through storms. Joseph went to prison. Job lost everything. Paul had an affliction. And all of the original disciples were martyred but John, who was exiled on an island. And today we've come to honor Dr. Vavich, who we did not expect to be here today. Jesus never promised us a rose garden, but he did promise us that he would always be with us. And I know that today is a difficult day. And today is a difficult time for you to walk through. But could you imagine having to walk through the day without the Lord? Many times it appears or we think that God is doing nothing. I mean, in the time of our grief, in the time of our storms, when things threaten us,